water. I like Marcus Parsons, but I tell you what, I love Jalen Ramsey. That guy is a beast. I mean, he can cover, he can tackle.
It's going to be significantly worse. Now, the only chance you have is if your defense is playing good, you can hand off and play ball control. But
Welcome to the Everything Goes podcast with TAK, where sports get loud, the takes get hot, and nothing's off limits. From game day breakdowns to way too early predictions, we're bringing the energy every single episode. Buckle up, because over here, everything really does go.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Everything Goes podcast, live here on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Huge shout out to Samuel Owens in Copley, Pennsylvania, where there's good food, good bar, and just huge shout out to them, friends of the podcast. And the three natives down here in Royal Palm Beach, baby. Best place to get acai bowls, smoothies, wraps, whatever you need that keeps us fueled. And man, we got Jake in the house today, man, making his debut with the podcast, and we're excited for Jake's takes. But before we get into everything, man, how's everybody doing?
I like this vibe. I like four people on the podcast.
I love the layout too, like the way that it fits well.
Yeah.
I mean, Jake, how we feeling, man?
If Jake starts talking about Georgia, we're just gonna forget.
I did want to wear a Georgia jersey just so the fan base knew what I was all about. But man, happy to be here. Long time viewer, first time on air. Had to sport the Everything Goes merch. So happy.
OG hat. Jake's power was going out before this, having mic problems with that, just the standard stuff that wants to stop us from having a podcast. We love it. Ace's cat has not made an appearance yet, which I'm waiting for. But yeah, so like, this is great. We're going to have Jake on the show maybe every week. It depends what Jake's schedule. I know Jake's a busy guy. I mean, he's a pretty famous guy down here in Florida. But we are going to do a segment where it's Jake's takes, where he's going to give us some of the hottest takes or the hottest matchups that are coming in college football this week. And, Jake, give us your takes just for this week, man, and we'll love to dive into it with you.
Yeah, I just have a few of them this week. What I want to do is start off with a warm take, and then I want to get progressively hotter as we go along.
That.
Okay, so maybe these are hot takes or takes I'm hot about, but first take is this. It is that Garrett Nussmeier coming into the season as the Heisman hopeful, the number one Heisman contender, I would say, through 3 weeks of college football as a Heisman pretender. I think that you could give him the roadmap for a victory, and LSU cannot get it done. Only scoring 20 points against the Gators in a rebuilding year. Well, Jake, the Gators' defense is something nasty. I understand that. That's the game that DJ Lagway also threw 5 interceptions. 20 of those points, or not 20 of those points, 7 of those points came off of a defensive pick six. I'm sick and tired of hearing about Garrett Nussmeier. Get him out of the board. It's Gunnar Stockton's year to win the Heisman.
I'm a big Garrett Nussmeier fan, and you're not the first person that I've heard that from. And I don't know. It's funny because on this podcast, we've talked just continuously how this is supposed to be this amazing QB draft this year. And I feel like the deeper we get into the season, it's like, I don't know anymore. I mean, Garrett Nussmeier talks are kind of going down. Who knows what's going to happen with Arch Manning.
Arch Manning's horrible.
Yeah, Arch Manning. I mean, Allard from Penn State just hasn't been playing well. I mean, I don't know. So that's a hot take.
I just don't think there's a QB out there that's taking the Heisman by storm. So I think it's an open table at this point.
I agree. Who would you say is the Heisman quarterback this far into the season?
Oh, I mean, I personally think Drew Aller, while he's not playing great, I think he's playing better than the rest of them. Personally, I think Carson Beck, his name was in the conversation early on.
Yeah,
I'm only salty because I'm a Georgia fan, but I think he had a very lackluster performance against the Gators. You can argue that the Gators have a great defense, and I believe they do, but I do believe right now it's a much closer race than people thought it was in the beginning of the season.
Does it hurt you seeing Carson Beck down there in Miami?
Just because it's close to home, it's only like an hour and so down the road. But you know what, man? I don't have a bad taste in my mouth. Go be successful, man. Go make your money. Go do what you got to do.
Hit us with your next one.
The next hot take is this, and Chris with a K, as a Georgia fan, I personally feel almost disrespectful for even making this a hot take, because this is a team that we've never gotten over the hurdle to beat, except in the national championship a few years ago. And so it's hard for me to even pick my own dogs going into a take like this, but I'm going to say it right now. The University of Alabama has 2 receivers on Saturday against Georgia that will eclipse well over 100 yards receiving, and they're still going to lose against the Georgia Bulldogs at home.
Wow.
That's a bold take, man.
It's a bold take, but here's why. Here's the deal. I think that Kirby Smart has called Jeremy Bernard the catalyst of that offense. Right now, he's wide receiver 1, where you're talking about, well, what about Ryan Williams? Well, this year they've moved them primarily to being in the slot. So very uncomfortable position for him. He's not used to getting knocked off of his route like he's used to. He's looked well against inferior competition, even last week against a lackluster Wisconsin team. He did have a better receiving stat, but they moved him around a little bit more. Kalen DeBoer's open to some change, and he did have a screen pass that went for like 60 yards. So if you remove that, still a very lackluster stat line. I think Georgia's run game wins it for him late in the fourth quarter.
I agree, man. I don't think
anyone that beats Alabama is good.
Yeah, I don't think Alabama's the same team since Saban left.
Do you think that it's unfair for people to write off the Crimson Tide after their performance against FSU?
No.
They shouldn't be ranked in the top 20. I'm sorry. Why is it that Michigan loses to a ranked Oklahoma and falls down to 21? Illinois and Indiana just had a battle. Was it 8 versus 11? Illinois falls to 23. The polling's ridiculous. It really is.
SEC loses and they move one spot.
Hey, what about SEC bias?
Alabama has always been favored no matter what. They always try to find a way to get them in the playoffs. They just need to go. They're horrible.
Agreed.
I agree.
John, I wrestled with this a little bit. I wrestled with this last one because I wanted it to be something that would truly take your breath away. And so I looked at the Oregon-Penn State matchup. Everyone knows that James Franklin's a fraud. The Nittany Lions are never going to be ready to play in big-time moments. If no one ever talked about this game, I would give him a little bit more credit. But College Game Day is going to be there, so I know he's going to choke. I know he's going to choke. So here's the hot take. I'm picking the Washington Huskies to upset the Ohio State Buckeyes.
I would love that.
Saturday. I would love to see it happen. This is not just a take I'm hot about. This is a hot take. Here's the deal. No one's talking about Washington, and I think that they should be. The Huskies are 3-0 going into this matchup. This is a matchup at home for the Huskies. They're averaging 55 points a game. Quarterback Damon Williams Jr. throwing the ball for 778 yards, 6 passing touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Ohio State's going to want to make you one-dimensional. They're not going to be able to because they have a rushing offense that is going to take them well into the season this year, no matter what defense that you throw at them. So Caleb Downs, all these types of defensive accolades, throw them out the window. I think that Jed Fish is going to have the Huskies howling in Husky Stadium at the end of the fourth quarter. That's
howling.
I love that.
I like that, man. I like that because, I just think who has Ohio State played? I think they played a Texas team that was not ready for the hype that they had.
Nope.
Still not ready.
Ready. And I still think Arch Manning can be something. I think he's just it's his first year really starting. I agree with you, man. I think the Huskies are a good team.
Are they coming off a bye too? Ohio State?
Ohio State is, yeah.
Ohio State is coming off of a bye. I just think it's a sneaky matchup. I think it's a trap game for the Buckeyes. One other noticeable stat is the Washington Huskies right now are number 1 in college football and converting third down. So they're not letting defense get off the field. They're converting 75% of third downs. Dang. I think that's the stat that's going to win the game.
Yeah. Is that a night game, day game? What is that like?
I believe it's a 3:30 kick.
That would be nice. That was a 7:30 kick.
Yeah.
So already an foregone conclusion, Oregon demolishes Penn State, then it sounds like. So that's not even a hot take, really.
Not even a hot take. It's just something we can all agree on.
I should put some money on that.
If you're a betting man, I would pick the Ducks over the Nittany Lions any day.
Yeah. Mekhi Hughes, that's going to be our Heisman winner right there.
Yeah, that's a hot take.
This is the king of hot takes right down there.
I mean, who knows?
The transfer from Tulane, he's going to run all over them. He's going to have a great – I think this year it's a running back, honestly. I think they hyped up the quarterbacks too much. I think it's a running back that's going to take it this year for the Heisman.
I actually agree with that. I think there's a ton of really good running backs around the league. I also could see Dante Moore going into this game, having a phenomenal game, and also entering
Yes. Oh, that's beautiful.
I think that Dante Moore for the Ducks could go into this game, have a baller game, but also put his name into the Heisman conversation as well. But I think you're right. I don't think it's going to a quarterback this year.
I don't either. Like I think that all these quarterbacks are overhyped. I think Manning's overhyped just because of his name isn't to even be justified going to New York.
I like that, Jake. You have anything else for us? You have any other hot takes?
Man, that's it. I'm just so blessed to have gotten to spend time with you guys. I mean, like I said, long-time listener, first time on air. You guys are great. I appreciate you guys for having me on.
Hey, real quick, though, what are your thoughts on Bryce Underwood?
I'll be honest with you. I don't know if we've gotten to really see his full potential. I think that Michigan is a run-heavy team. I think that in years past, they've had such a phenomenal offensive line that they've had the ability to do that. I think this year they're going to be put in situations where they're forced for Bryce Underwood to throw the ball, and then we're going to see what he can really do. I think in 2-3 years.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, I think in 2-3 years. Listen, have no gripe with Michigan. I think in 2 to 3 years, he's going to be a phenomenal quarterback. I just think that this season, it's hard for these kids to come in making $4, $5, $6 million. Go in there and automatically be what they were out of high school. So I think he's a good quarterback. We just hadn't gotten to see him play yet.
Yeah,
Michigan Michigan is 1980s high school football, and it just drives me nuts.
Yep.
My hot take for him, because he just turned 18, is that I think he could be like one of the faces of college football as far as quarterbacks. Yeah. That's just I'm a little biased with it, but that's just where I'm at.
Hey man, put him on the cover of CFB 28.
I think why not?
Why not?
He's got touch too.
He's a big guy.
Yes, yeah. Oh, he'll run guys over.
If Ohio State loses, how far do they drop?
Oh my gosh! I mean, to an unranked Washington, that's the thing that kills me. Is Washington is unranked, at least outside of the top 10. I don't think that with the bias towards Ohio State that's going to happen. And we all know the AP poll is a joke, anyways. But I think at least outside of the top 10.
Hey, with Ohio State, Oregon, and Penn State all up there, and I think Indiana's there or something like that. Does the Big Ten win a championship again this year?
Oh, absolutely. And I will tell you right now, I am picking the Oregon Ducks to win it.
Yeah.
Dang.
I like that.
I agree with that.
Dang.
I think the world of Dan Lanning. Now it is no, coincidence he did come from the University of Georgia, which is why I do think so highly of him. But the guy loves his player. He's great for the Oregon program. Phil Knight's going to give you all the money in the world to go get whatever player you want. So I'm picking the Oregon Ducks, and I think it's the start of the real Duck dynasty.
I just think Penn State, they always have that game where, like, against a Rutgers or somebody where they always have a bad game and they lose late in the season. And if they do make the playoffs, I see them losing in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Just like last year, I mean, everyone was going in on James Franklin last year about how he had won games early and then was trying to blow out teams like Maryland late in the season to make a case for why Penn State was who Penn State believes they are. The issue is they can't back it up, and so no one believes it.
Yeah.
Penn State before we
Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Baltimore Ravens in the playoffs, one and done.
Yeah.
One and done.
Before we send you off, give us your Thursday night pick. It's the Seahawks versus the Cardinals. Both teams are 2-1.
Well, I did have James Conner on my fantasy team.
It's tough.
Very tough. So for that reason, I'm going Seahawks.
Go Seahawks. Jake, we appreciate you coming on, man. We hope we see you next week with some even hotter takes.
Come on. Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, buddy. We'll catch you later.
See you guys.
Wow.
Love it. All right. We will be right back after this little sponsor video.
If you're anywhere near Royal Palm Beach, do yourself a favor and hit up 3 Natives, their acai bowls, smoothies, and wraps. Next level good, like crave it every day good. They help keep the Everything Goes podcast fueled and flowing, so go support the spot that supports us.
Alrighty, let me get us organized here. There we go. That is Jake's Takes. We're going to try and do that segment typically every week, and it's brought to you by Samuel Owens in Copley, Pennsylvania, man. If you look at our Instagram, Facebook post, we got their list of schedules this week going on the food, and man, I love a good Samuel Owens turkey club sandwich with some hard-boiled eggs in there and their homemade fries, man. It's chips or fries? I think it's chips. Oh man, it's been a minute. I miss it. I don't got it down here in Florida, man. I need to get like some express lane ship down here.
Did you, Chris? Did you visit Three Natives?
No, we did not.
Oh, that's all right.
We did not. No, look at Skull Jordy, man. Shout out to Jordy giving us a little stab at Jake. AP pull a joke when Georgia's ranked lower than Miami. Of course it is. Come on. I love that. Those are some good hot takes. How are we feeling 3 weeks into the NFL season? I mean, Ace, I think the Vikings fans were a little worried because JJ goes down. He wasn't necessarily showing what JJ could be. Mm-hmm. And man, Carson Wentz gets to play for his hometown team that he got to root for as a kid. And him and your defense just ball out. Granted, it was a Joe Burrow-less team, but I mean, what a game. And huge congrats to Carson Wentz.
I don't even know where to start. Part of it, we got Darisaw back, so the offensive line looked a little bit more in sync, and I'm thinking, okay, is it more so that, or is it the fact that Wentz could comprehend or learn the offense a little bit faster than JJ, just having, been a veteran? So great performance. Isaiah Rodgers, defensive side, broke a record, I think, 2 return touchdowns for two interceptions for touchdowns, and then 2 fumble recoveries or forced fumbles, which is a record. Defense looks sharp. They play a tough Pittsburgh Steelers team next week, and they're going to be. Actually, I think that game's in Ireland. Come to think of it,
Jordy says never a doubt. Needed Darisaw and Harry back.
Oh yeah, Harry tipped that interception to Rodgers, the first one. I'm not nervous about the defense. I am a little curious what they do once JJ's healthy. Yeah, and I think a part of this is maybe let him sit for.
Yep.
Handful of weeks, let them get back there, because this offense, they went down first drive, scored right away. It was a really well played offense.
Now, what happens? They let JJ sit 2 weeks, that he heals, and Wentz goes 3-0 here.
Go with the hot hand.
Go. Mm-hmm.
And I think it just gives JJ another opportunity to learn too.
Yep.
And you have Addison coming back. When's Addison coming back? In like a week?
This week.
Yeah. Is he 3 games or 4 games?
It's 3 games.
Oh, Ace, listen, this might be the turning point. Hey, listen, Carson Wentz, at one point, even though he's been on 6 teams in the past 6 years, was an MVP player.
Well, there was so much at the line of scrimmage that maybe Wentz did better than JJ. I don't know. But he was hitting guys middle of the field. He targeted Hockenson a lot, which we haven't seen with JJ. So I think this is only going to get better for JJ. He's basically a rookie.
When do the Vikings have a bye?
When? It's after this. I think it's week 5. So it's
really
after
that's an early. So Jordy's saying JJ needs to start after the bye. But Jordy, I mean, what if you guys go 4-0 here? Like, I'm not 4-0. Obviously, it's only 1, but
6.
You got to play that hot hand, man.
JJ's not that guy yet. I love JJ, but he's not that guy yet.
And you can see there's potential in him, and he just needs to grow.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
He can evade rushers better than Wentz, but honestly, Wentz looked better in the pocket back there.
Yeah. So, Dad, how are we feeling down in Dallas? 1-2 against the Bears.
Big matchup. Big matchup.
Top 5 pick, baby. That's what I want. Top 5 pick, and we'll get the Packers mediocre, like middle of the first round pick. I love it. I love it. The defense,
I mean, it's got to be a little frustrating though, because I feel like Dak and the offense are. I mean, they were held a little bit. Obviously, once you get a lead like that, they can play.
We have so many injuries on the secondary, man. So at this point, I don't care. We're making every quarterback look like an all-star. I love it. Let's just keep on losing them games. I don't want to go to the playoffs for one game. I want to be a top 5 draft pick.
Dang. I see. That's just like, I want to win some games, man. I'm tired of losing. But I mean, Dallas is it's interesting, man.
Look, at this point, you know what you got, and we don't have a playoff team.
I heard that Jerry said he's not going to play a tribute video to Micah Parsons.
No. And I guarantee you, after the Packers losing to Cleveland, Jordan Love's going to come out and put 400 yards on this passing. It's going to be a blowout in front of all those Cowboy fans, and I'm looking forward to it.
We talked about it. We talked on the podcast that Micah's going to get the game-winning sack.
No, I don't think that. I think that the game-winning sack. No, I think that game's going to be a blowout. I think the Cowboys are going to get hammered.
Yeah.
Our secondary is decimated. We can't produce a pass rush. Let's go into the offseason, use those 2 first-round picks and get some defensive players on there. You know, maybe get another number 2 receiver, because I don't think which McCall's coming back.
Jake Kirshner. How about them Cowboys, Jake? I think the Eagles, man, their record's a little sketchy, man. Yeah. They're not as good as their record showing, for sure. But I mean, I got to give them credit. You know, they're winning. They're finding ways to win.
Yeah.
Chris, how do you think the fan base feels? Do you think that they have similar sentiments to you, where it's like, let them tank. Let's get these higher draft picks.
I think majority of the freaking Cowboy fans want to go to the playoffs and just see us lose in the playoffs. I mean, this isn't a championship team. It really isn't. And I think Noah's on the fence too now, kind of like where he's like, where my mindset is, let's get some draft picks in there, because we have 2 first-round picks the next 2 years, man. That's 4 good picks. Let's make them count.
I just think what's tough is you see the talent on the roster, and in your mind, you're like, this is a roster that could make a run in the playoffs, but they're losing games. So I feel like if I was a Dallas fan, like it would hurt.
And if I was Christian, I'd be worried about them Eagles. I mean, they're undefeated or whatever. They're winning games, but they look like trash right now. They really do. Yeah, that offensive coordinator, he's not Kellen Moore. He's not.
That's what Jake's talking about right now. Yeah. Jake, I do appreciate Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore is going through some growing pains with the Saints, but I truly do believe Kellen Moore is going to be a good young head coach in this league.
Gigs to Minnesota for first at the deadline.
Watch the Lions, how they do a QB sneak, by the way. I'm sick of the guys behind frickin' Hurts pushing his ass.
Yeah. How about the false starts, man?
And that too. Like, come on.
Yeah. But I've seen the Saints do two push tushes, and they have been successful 2 times, and 2 times we've had a flag.
Yeah. Look, it's a great play. The Eagles, they got that down packed, and some of those guys are moving early, but you know what? It's so slight, you know, and you get those offensive linemen that jump back, the left tackle and right tackle, it's so slight. What are you going to do? Yeah. What are you gonna do? If you can't stop it, complain about it, I guess.
Yeah. It's tough to be a fan of New Orleans. I think Sunday was the first time my wife looked at me and said, "I'm so sorry that I could tell how mad you are." And I looked at her and I said, "You know, for the first time, I'm not mad. I think I'm just sad. I'm sad." But like, this is, I think to me, like, you expect the Saints to lose, and I was okay with it week 1 and 2 because you saw the young talent play, right? And you saw them play well. They just lost the games. But I had friends over still when the game was going on for week 3, and it's just like, you just looked at a team that wasn't ready, where it was 21-0 in the first quarter because special teams let us down so early. Yeah. And then our defense couldn't get off the field on 3rd down. And then our offense had its moments, but our offense on one drive in the first quarter had 8 penalties. The Saints are a top 3 team in penalties right now. And that is just something that, that you watch the veterans get interviewed, and they're like, we are literally just killing ourselves because our offense will make a big play, and then before you know it was 3rd and 25 at one point.
Yep.
And so it's so hard. And then I feel bad for Spencer, who's trying to fight for a spot in this league. You're down 21-0 in the first quarter. They can then play shell defense and make you one-dimensional, and it's hard. You know, that game was frustrating to watch, and because now they go and play Buffalo in Buffalo. So they might not have their opportunity to get their first win until they play the Giants.
That's terrible travel, by the way. All the way to the West Coast, Washington, and now all the way to the East Coast.
But that's just like, it's hard because you see the potential, and then it's just like flag after flag after flag, and it's like, man, like, so and I do like the way that Kellen Moore addressed it. He's like, if we can't find the guys to do the job, like, we're gonna go find guys, you know. And I like that because, like, you do need to make that accountable. Like, if you can't play clean, like, you're gonna get replaced. Like, you're not someone he drafted. Like, if he's going to build a new team here, and I like that.
But your division's wide open. Tampa Bay had significant injuries on Sunday. They lost Evans, and I think Ibuka's out too. So, you know, it's wide open. That division is going to be like the division of the past. Somebody with a losing record is going to get in the playoffs.
Curses Tyler Shuck was the worst pick of the draft. I don't think he was the worst pick. I think he was interesting because Kellen Moore likes certain guys, and I think there is potential, but he's so old. And yeah, I think you do see the scheme that Kellen Moore can make, because he said that Rattler looks good in Kellen Moore's scheme. And I think he could have a scheme like a freaking Aces coach and Kyle Shanahan. We saw Mac Jones freaking getting the car wash treatment over there.
Yeah.
But man, it's tough for both our teams. I mean, Ace is over there. Ace, what are you guys, 2-1?
2-1. Yep.
Dad, you're 1-2. Saints are 0-3. I mean, it's tough, man, because there's
I
a lot
hope
of
we
football
don't win
left.
another game.
My only listen, and this is what I tell people is like, I'm okay getting a top 10 pick, right? Top 5 pick. I just want to win a couple games. I want to win 5 or 6 games. We won 5 games last year. I'd love to win 6. Taysom Hill's still coming back. Chase Young hasn't played it down yet. So there's still some positives. You know, our schedule becomes one of the easiest after the Buffalo Bills game. But it's just frustrating because the Saints come out with this swagger, these new uniforms that look absolutely stunning, and you just fall apart and stuff.
The Cowboys lost Diggs, Bland. We lost Tyler Booker on the line. We lost CeeDee Lamb. I hope we don't win another game.
You just want to see competitive games, though, too.
You know what I seriously want to see? I want to see the Cowboys get the number 1 pick overall and trade back. Trade back like 8 or 9. Pick up some more additional picks. Load up, baby.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
Let's
Listen,
go.
we're gonna do our week 4 forecast. We have a segment brought to you by 3 Natives here in Royal Palm Beach. If you live in the Florida area, if you live in the Palm Beach County area, go over to 3 Natives in Royal Palm Beach. Use the code Everything Goes. Get 15% off this segment. The blended takes. We were going to do 3. We'll just do 1 today because we're running out of time. So I'll do this one. Oh, man. Which one do I want to do this? Do we want to do one about the Texans or do we want to do one about Dallas?
Let's do about Dallas. Don't matter.
The Texans are firmly in rebuild mode under DeMarco Ryans. 0-3 is only the beginning of their problems. We buying or selling on that?
I don't think they're in rebuild mode. I just think the team's horrible.
I don't necessarily think they're in a rebuild mode, but I feel like, the first year with CJ Stroud, really great. Second year, okay, make the playoffs. Third year, 0-3. Where are they going from this? Everyone pulls out that stat every year where it's like teams that start 0-2, teams that start 0-3. Yeah. It's like that 2% chance of making the playoffs.
I'm going to say selling. I mean, but they got to get that offensive line figured out too, though. Yeah. They let Laramie Tunsil go, which was, probably a stupid mistake to, in hindsight. But
hey, I don't know which one you guys are friends with, Matthew David, but man, 0 wins for the Saints, 0 wins for the Cowboys. Like, come on, man. Like, that hurts.
Isn't that Hasek?
Hurts a little. It might actually, it might be. Yeah. Might be.
My thing is with Houston, their number 1 receiver right now is Dalton Schultz, their tight end. So that tells you something. CJ Stroud don't feel comfortable back there. They have no run game. They got a 3-headed horseman back there for a run game. And they got to figure it out, Losing Tank Dell, that hurts. The receiving core was one of the best, 3 years ago, but the injuries just constantly bite them all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They drafted the 2 guys from Iowa State too, the receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Who, haven't done much though.
Yeah, Nico Collins is having good games. But I don't think they're trying to suck. I just think that team's just a mess.
Yeah, last week they lost by literally 1 point. So it's definitely another one. Let's do this one too to mix it up. Seattle's Sam Darnold is going to be a revelation this year. It's not just a temporary hot streak that he's on.
No, he's a good quarterback. You put him on a good team. He's a good quarterback. He showed it in Minnesota. Minnesota made a mistake by getting rid of him. They should have kept him 1 more year there. And he's doing the same thing in Seattle.
Listen,
Baker,
we talk about it. He got the car wash treatment, man. He did. And is he going to be a Kirk Cousins where he's just really good during the year and sucks in the playoffs? Maybe. But some of those throws he was making against the Saints, he shows why he was, wasn't he the first overall pick? Or was Baker?
Or top
was that
5?
The same draft? Somewhere in there. Yeah. But the Jets scheme back then sucked. Jets scheme still sucks now. I think Carolina, he was okay. And then you just get in the right scheme, man, and it can really turn your career around, turn you mentally around.
Just like that, Patrick Mahomes is having a horrible year. Just like that. Him and Kelsey aren't connecting. Yeah. The receivers are dwindling down to nothing. They get Worthy back hopefully this week. But,
I'll tell you what, my wife was happy when Kirk Cousins got back on the field this week.
Does he start this week? Does he start this week?
Listen, we have talked so many times, like, the Saints situation where you don't go to one guy and then go back to the other guy. Like, it just messes with a guy. But Penix, man, hasn't really been great 3 games. But this is the dilemma, all right? I just feel like we give up on guys. When young talent is starting to suck, it's technically his first year still, he only started 2.
Yeah. Or they're forced to play too soon sometimes.
I think Penix will pan. I don't know. I think you need to give them time.
It used to be 3 years. It used to be the first 3 years where you're growing pains for a quarterback.
Yeah,
now you start him right away, and if he sucks, let's bash him in the media.
Yeah, I mean, Kirk's still getting paid a lot of money, so that's kind of hot in your pocket to just sit on the bench. But I think he'll be fine. I think watching that game, you're like, all right, Carolina, Bryson, you need to play well today, or else you're gonna start to get the hot seat because you have showed nothing really in the past year and a half.
Now you're bringing a Kirk Cousins in who's got the secondary snaps, never got the number ones. So now timing's going to be an issue. So if he goes out there looking like trash, they're going to be like, oh, and now what do we do?
Yeah. I do like what Drew Brees says about the NFC South. He says, who scares you in that division? Nobody. He goes, the Buccaneers, the only reason they're winning is because they're making one great play in the game to win the game.
Yeah. Now they lost two receivers.
Mm-hmm. Who? Oh, yeah. Well,
Evans and Mbuga.
I love Baker, but you said it, Chris. The division's up in the air. So
don't watch too far down there. I mean, you got Carolina that is shocking the world.
I got to add up the picks that we had last week.
I think that's gonna be a close race. It's gonna be.
I really thought Atlanta was gonna.
I still got the Saints come back and win that division. Maybe we're going to the Super Bowl.
Possible.
Atlanta got 9 sacks against the Vikings last week, or whatever. It was more than 7. And then they just posted a shutout this week. It makes no sense. I don't know.
So let's go into our week 4 forecasts. 8:15 Thursday night, we got the Seattle Seahawks. So we just talked about Sam Darnold getting the car wash treatment going into Arizona. Is this the year for Kyler Murray? Maybe. He's got to show here. Divisional game.
Marvin Harrison aren't clicking.
They are not clicking by any means, man. I like Sam Darnold going into this game. I think the secondary is going to be healthier because they did not play against the Saints.
Trey Benson is the running back now?
Yes, I like him. I
think I have an autographed card by him.
For no other reason, I'll go first. I'll pick the Cardinals. I just Seahawks coming out a blow-off win. I just think they might be a little lackadaisical coming into this matchup.
Where's it at?
It's in Arizona, but I got the Hawks, man.
Yeah. They're the better team, I think, for sure, so far.
I'm going Seahawks.
Cardinals did lose on a last-second field goal, or else they're 3-0.
2-1 Steelers in Pittsburgh playing the 2-1 Vikings. Ace, this is listen, we talk about it. You don't get a lot of opportunities in the NFL, and I like the way Carson Wentz played. I think the Steelers are interesting to me because they have these defensive weapons, and I feel like they're not playing well. You saw Ramsey make that game-winning save with the tackle against the Jets week 1. But I just feel like the Steelers have a lot of holes right now for some reason.
Yeah. And they forced 5 turnovers. Ramondre fumbled twice. Gibson fumbled once. Ramondre fumbled on the goal line. Could have been a touchdown, which changes everything. I like the Vikings in Ireland, so it's really not a home game for either of them.
9:30 a.m. game.
Yep. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Vikings. Let's carry that momentum.
Oh, baby.
I'm going Pittsburgh.
Of course, boo.
I gotta catch up. I gotta catch up. I need some wins.
Listen, man, does Joe Flacco get a little momentum going as he beats the Packers 1-2 Browns? I mean, they're feeling like they just won the Super Bowl. They're gonna play the 2-1 Lions. Lions look good. I mean, obviously, I feel like you have to go with the Lions here, but it's probably gonna be the Lions.
Is it at Detroit?
It's in Detroit. Yeah, it's a 1 o'clock game.
The Lions are clicking all of a sudden, man. They just turned that on.
Well, they played Ben Johnson. It was game over. They wanted to get their revenge game in. Yeah. Okay, so here's another good one. 1 o'clock. The Chargers 3-0, man. And we talked about this podcast. The Chargers. This is the year for them.
They got lucky against Denver.
They're playing the 0-3 Giants, who Jackson Dart is making his debut with Scattaboo back there in the backfield. How are we feeling about that, Dad? You were 2 weeks off. 3 weeks off.
I mean, you called it though. I probably should have happened sooner.
I thought for sure the Dallas game would have gave him a couple extra weeks.
Jesus. Chargers.
Yeah, they're giving the bookies are giving the Giants 0 chance, which makes me a little nervous. But
I think it's the Chargers game. But man, the Giants, it's gonna be interesting. I like Jackson Dart. I think he showed a lot of positives and they just skipped right over Jameis Winston. So I think they should trade Jameis Winston. Another 1 o'clock game here. Yeah. Commanders, who Marcus Mariota played great, 2-1. Playing the 1-2 Falcons. I don't like what I'm seeing from the Falcons. I think Penix hasn't really showed anything this year yet. I like the Commanders. I like Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn took a helmet to the nose, whatever it was, by Marcus Mariota, bleeding, still out there, pumped up, calling the games.
Both teams are a mess, so one of them has to win. Obviously, I'm going Commanders. I think their mess is a little bit wait.
Really? I think this is Commanders game.
Who's starting quarterback for Commanders?
I don't know yet.
If it's
Mariota, but Mariota runs the same scheme though.
Yeah,
I'm going Atlanta.
God dang it! I don't know why my gut's telling me Atlanta, so I'm just going to go with my gut.
Okay.
Kirk's throwing 4 touchdown passes.
Dang, is he really coming in? Is he coming in? He's not coming in. He's not coming in. Here we go. Eagles 3-0 versus the Bucks 3-0. It's in Tampa Bay. Eagles look like they're the favorites.
I'm going Eagles because the offensive side of the ball for Tampa Bay is decimated right now.
Yeah. Eagles look like the Ravens right now on offense, where, I mean, outside of Henry fumbling, they just look like they can put up points at will against any team. I know they got shut down early against the Rams, but they were able to score late. So Eagles.
I got the Bucks, baby. I got the Bucks. I need the Bucks to lose. My buddy was here watching the Bucks game with me. It's hard because I love this guy and I hate the Bucks. And I watched the Bucks field goal get blocked with a minute left. I was like, oh my gosh, this poor guy. And then they win. So I'm like, all right, you got it. But I think the Bucks are the better team. I really do.
The Eagles are going to be a Kansas City of last year, 10-0 in one-score games.
Carolina Panthers coming off a win, 1-2. Patriots 1-2, but have been playing pretty well all year. In New England, give me New England.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was going to be my lock, is Patriots over the Panthers.
Struggling Tennessee Titans 0-3. Really haven't seen anything from that team that looks fun, but they're playing the 0-3 Texans, who we did just say are a struggling team. But do the Texans get back on the board here by playing the Titans? I think so.
Yeah, I think the Texans are a better team.
Yeah, I do too. That was going to be my other one. I like Texans.
Here we go. Good.
The Titans are the new Detroit Lions of the early
2000s.
Yes.
They gave Ryan Tannehill the boot, baby. He was still there, ready to play.
Mm-hmm.
Derrick Henry, Tannehill, and AJ Brown. They said.
I forgot. We forgot the Saints game. It's a 1:00 game. Saints Bills. I think we're all just gonna take the Bills here. We don't even gotta talk about it. I have hope in my heart, but let's be real, Bills. I actually picked the Bills in my Survivor League, so watch the Saints randomly win now and screw me in that.
Yeah, I took a big dub. Big L in that Survivor League.
First 4:00 game, we have the 3-0 Colts, who have punted maybe a whopping 1-2 times this year. Daniel Jones out there looking like Josh Allen, the way he's scrambling and missing, dodging sacks and throwing the ball downfield. I mean, looks great. He looks like an MVP guy that wants to win. I don't know where that was in New York, #New Jersey, actually. Playing the 2-1 Rams, who should have beat the Eagles. Field goal away of beating them.
I'm going Rams.
I'm taking the Colts, man. Taking the Colts. This is going to be a good game. This is going to be a fun game to watch. I think Stafford looks good. Devontae Adams looks like he hasn't even aged.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a fun game to watch, though. This is a good test for Daniel Jones early on.
Yeah. The Rams defense is pretty good.
And if you're Anthony Richardson, you're like, I'm never getting back in.
No.
I'm gonna go Rams too. I don't know why. This is another toss-up game, but I think they got to come out on top. Especially, what does this seem like? Whichever team plays the Eagles, similar to the Niners, then following week they just seem like they're beat up almost.
Yeah, almost.
Does it kind of have? I don't know. I was just thinking about that earlier, but I'm gonna go Rams.
We got the 2-1 Jags, who are playing the 3-0 Niners. Mac Jones. I don't know when Brock Purdy's come back. Maybe a couple more weeks. But Mac Jones is playing great. 3-0, throwing up yards, throwing up touchdowns. And I just feel like Jacksonville is like not a quiet 2-1, but like not a scary 2-1. I mean, Brian Thomas isn't really getting too involved. Travis Hunter cuts his hair off. Maybe he gets better now. I don't know.
I'm going Jags. I think it's a false 3-0. I think who had the 49ers beat that was really good yet? Yep, I just think when they come across a good team, they're going to get hammered.
They beat the Cardinals Sunday, I think, right?
I said good teams.
And then Monday, who they play week 1?
I don't think they played anybody solid yet.
Oh, was it the Rams? No, they beat the Seahawks week 1 in Seattle.
Okay.
In Seattle. Okay, I'm taking the Niners. You're taking the Jags. Ace, who are you taking?
I'm gonna take the Niners. I'd like to pick the Jags just because of Tyler coming on the podcast too, but they Lawrence looks lost out there. He looks so awful. And Mac Jones was on the Jags last year. He's going to stick it to him, maybe. Revenge game.
We got the 1-2 Bears playing in Vegas against the 1-2 Raiders, who I feel like the Raiders started well week 1 and just kind of fallen off now. Who didn't they draft a quarterback? No, maybe not. Maybe late in the rounds. I think the Bears. I think the Bears do something here. I think week 1, Ben Johnson looked pretty good as far as his play calling. They lost the game, obviously, and the play calling against the Dallas Cowboys I thought was pretty good too.
They look good against the Packers. I mean, they're not a bad team. I'm going Bears.
I'm gonna go Bears. I'm gonna go Bears too. They have looked better so far.
All right, here we go. 1-2
Cowboys
Ravens
started a win streak.
1-2 Ravens playing the 1-2 Chiefs. Chiefs might go 1-3 here. The biggest struggle for the Ravens right now is turnovers.
Yeah.
Yep.
They start turning the ball over and they win.
I'm going Ravens.
I'm going Ravens.
I like Ravens too.
Come on, man. Let them watch. The Chiefs are going to go 1-4 and they'll still make the Super Bowl.
Dude, the thing is crazy is Mark Andrews, I have him on fantasy. He didn't do nothing. And then he had 27 points last night. Jesus.
Hey, our Sunday night game is the Packers 2-1 playing the 1-2 Dallas Cowboys.
Packers all day.
What is the news on CeeDee Lamb?
He could be out. He could be going to IR, which means 4 weeks.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a hot take here. I'm going boys.
This game will be over in the first quarter.
I'm going boys, baby.
My hot take is the Packers don't punt.
Where you going, Ace? Where you going with this?
I like the Packers too, and I like what you said earlier, Chris. What's his name? Jordan Love, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm going to go 42-10.
That's what the Saints game basically. All right, Monday night game. We got 2 games. We got 7:15 game. The 0-3 Jets versus the 0-3 Dolphins. Do the Jets get their first win? Do the Dolphins get their first win? I think the Jets are more building up than.
Yeah,
I don't
Dolphins
know
if
if
scoring more
playing,
points. Dolphins have been scoring points at least. I think the Dolphins.
win and their head coach gets fired. Sorry. I think the Jets win, and then McDaniels is gone.
Yeah, we said that last week.
We did say that last week.
I like Jets.
So
Jets
1 week it's gonna happen eventually.
It doesn't feel like Miami has really done a whole
is the
lot.
first coach to get fired this year. Let's just say
I like that take. Last one is the 2-1 Bengals without Joe Burrow versus the 1-2 Broncos. It's in Denver. I like the Denver.
Broncos.
I like the Broncos here.
I'm going Broncos. They should have beat the Chargers.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yep, I like Denver.
I said at the beginning of the season that this was going to be a 2-horse race between the Broncos and the Chargers for that title. I still think that.
Like we say every week on this podcast after these takes, you should bet a lot of money. Bet your house, bet your fortune on these picks because they work out. They work out.
Parlay it too.
They work out pretty well.
Bet all your kids' college money.
Yeah. Like we said, this podcast is sponsored by Samuel Owens in Copley, Pennsylvania. You can check out our social media for the menus on the week this week. Tonight is Taco Tuesday. 3 natives here at Royal Palm Beach. Get your acai, wraps, smoothies, whatever you need. They keep us fueled here. We appreciate them. We love you guys. And we will see you guys on the Everything Goes podcast next week, baby.